Good morning, everybody. This is Cujo, and you're watching ASG Dirtworx. Today we're on a mulching job, and this is going to be a pretty good day. It's finally stopped raining here in Georgia, and I have got a backlog of work, and today we're going to start getting caught up on it. So what we've got is right behind me a stand of trees, and then right over here, we've got a stand of small trees and weeds. So let me turn you around and show you what we're doing today. So what we've got is an area that was cleared a couple of years ago, and it's just started growing back up. You can see that this is just loaded with sweet gums and going absolutely crazy. So we're going to mulch all that down. And then over here on this side, you can see, again, this is just loaded with sweet gums. A lot of people like sweet gums, but in my opinion, they're an invasive species and they're a lot like weeds, and I thoroughly enjoy getting rid of them. And then all the way down there at the bottom, you can't quite see it now, but there's a pond down there, and this homeowner wants to open all this area up and open some of this area up so they can start enjoying this property and going fishing. So that's what we're going to do today, and y'all come go with us. So we're using the Kubota SVL97, and this is my FAE 175 mulcher head. And I use knives instead of carbide cutters, because I think I get a better finish usually. Still a little bit soft and muddy out here, but I think if I'm careful, I probably won't get stuck. Definitely a little bit slippery. Some of you are going to be real observant, and you might see that my gauge is not working on my mulcher head, and I'm not sure why, but the needle fell off of it on one of the last jobs I was on, and I haven't gotten it fixed yet. I gotta call the dealer and get a new gauge. But it doesn't affect the function of the machine. It's just something that I can keep an eye on, you know? Got a total of about maybe 1.5 acres to 2 acres to do today. This 175 does a great job, so I don't think it'll take me very long. That is, unless I get something stupid and get stuck. But so far so good. If I just try to stay in my own tracks and I think I'll be all right. Yeah, it's a little slippy and slidey right there. You know, I love this machine, but it's heavy. I've had it stuck once. And I mean bad stuff. It took us 12 hours to get it unstuck. Alrighty, so we're right at an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes in, and we have gotten the first half of this all done. This is about an acre all told. So now we're going to start over here on this little bit, and I'm going to set you up on a tripod, let you watch from outside for a little while. All right, here we go. can see here, I've already started on this, the big part of the sweet gum thicket. I've got a bunch of it done. That's maybe 1/4 of an acre right there. Probably just a little under. But we're just plugging along. Going pretty good. Haven't got stuck yet. And truthfully, I don't think I'm gonna. I went down and did around the pond already. And I didn't get stuck there. So I think I'm safe. All of this stuff is pretty high ground. I know it sounds crazy to talk about getting stuck right now, but we've had absolute biblical rain here in Georgia this month. It's June 1st now, so I'm ready for the weatherman to go ahead and turn the weather off for a few weeks, because I got too much work to do that I haven't been able to get done. I haven't even been able to really get started since the past couple of months. Got some little jobs here and there done, but I've got a driveway up in LJ that the fella's waiting for me to put in. He's been waiting since the end of February, so he's being real patient. I'm blessed. I've got some really cool customers. They understand that weather happens. So we're just making it happen the best we can. This week is supposed to be dry for most of the week. So, good chance I can get caught up on part of my calendar. Well, we're all done. We finished up about 2.5 acres worth of clearing here. We've got a good job done, and our customer is thrilled. So let me spin you around here and show you where we're at. All right, so you remember when we started, everything over here was 3 or 4 feet tall, and just a bunch of sweet gums and grass and weeds. That was pretty quick. That was about an acre right there that we did. We pushed back into the tree line a little bit to reclaim some of that space. I didn't go all the way to the property line, but I went pretty close to it. And then down there at the very bottom, I opened up some of the fishing area. That's for the pond down there. And then over here, all that area was just overgrown with a lot of viney stuff like privet, and there's some wild muscadine and some other stuff in there. And all of this was nothing but just an absolute jungle of sweet gum trees. And that took a little while. This is totally about 1.5 acres if we go down there to the pond, but again, I didn't push all the way to the property line over there because he wanted to keep kind of a buffer between him and the neighbor. But I took out all of the sweet gums and pretty much stopped at the pine forest. There's a lot of pine in there, and I'd really love to come back and open that up and reclaim some of that space for him, but that's not in the scope for today, so we left that where it is. I did find a couple of trees that our local resident beaver has gotten a hold of, which is cool. That tells me that the pond is at least lived in. I saw a big old gray heron down there a little while ago, but we've done a good job here today. This is all opened up real nice, and this homeowner is going to be able to really enjoy this property. He's been wanting to get down here and do something with it. Now, right in here is the property area. I kind of went over into the neighbor's property a little bit, just to get rid of some of the invasives that were over there. They don't use this property and they're okay with it, so I didn't go too far. I'm not here to give free work to the neighbors, but I did want to open this up and make it a little bit drier anyway. And I left that big boy there. There's a bunch of rocks and cable. I found a piece of cable a little while ago, and that trashed up the machine and wiped out a few teeth. There's a big pile of cinder blocks there, and there's a bunch of chain link fence and big, look like 1/2-inch cable, like something you would anchor a power pole with, but there's no reason for it to be down here. But anyway, that's what was there. And now the fishing area is wide open. You can hear the frogs are pretty happy. And now let's look back up the hill. Yeah, that's a good job. So that's it for today. That's one big mulching job down. Well, not very big, 2.5 acres, not very big, but it's a good job. It's done. Our homeowner's happy. I'm gonna go load up the machine, and tomorrow I gotta go pick up a new set of teeth for the mulching job I gotta do on Tuesday. So we'll go down to the dealer and get that handled. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And stay with us. We'll do it again sometime.